Welcome to Two Tall Guys Talking Sales, where January resets the scoreboard to 0 and your next move matters more than your last quarter. Today, Kevin Lawson and Sean O'Shaughnessy lay out a simple discipline that drives sales success early. Clean up your CRM, tighten your sales process, and force real next steps so you stop managing noise and start managing revenue. If you drain the swamp in Q4, you'll hear how a fast, intentional round of customer thank yous can create immediate expansion opportunities and jumpstart revenue generation. And if you're behind, you'll leave with one concrete action you can do today to rebuild pipeline, sharpen messaging, and start Q1 with control.
Happy January, and to all you sellers, happy starting from 0. This is the week where we are all sitting on the same number. There are very few, if any, leaders on the leaderboard right now. So at January 6th, the first Tuesday of the month, welcome back to Two Tall Guys Talking Sales. Today, we want to talk about mindset. Right now, in the doldrums of winter, the first of the year, we've got 360 days out the windshield and only a few in the rearview mirror right now. So today is all about getting your mind right and ready to succeed. What we want to prevent here with today's exercise and discussion is getting to the end of the first month of the year, January, and being behind. Being behind at the end of January represents a real challenge for you to be successful, not only in Q1, but for the rest of the year. So mindset of positivity. I can do this. I am good at my job. I am a successful individual. I have a history of success in my past, and I have a future of success because of the way I have set myself up is a real mindset change. Now, it may not be much of a change for you. If you've had a great year, good. If you've had a challenging year, you may need to shake the Etch-a-Sketch, get it back to clear, and start mapping your journey. So this week, and plus the next couple of weeks, we're going to actually spend some time talking about how to go from today up. We're going to move the needle up and to the right. And as always, Sean, good to hear from you. Glad to be with you on this Tuesday, January 6th. It's cold here in Ohio, not equatorial Ohio, but it is Ohio. So we're past all the bowl games. We're past all the noise that is not ACC football. So good to see you.
Good to see you. And Big Ten teams are not doing right now. I guess I just going to have to look forward to the Bengals. Oh, wait, I can't do that either. Anyway, so here we are. It's January, and I love this time of year. I love it when I get to start from scratch. And I'm going to empathize a little bit with some of you that are out there. So Kevin just talked about getting started strong, having a good Q1, having a good January 1. And I think that's all relevant. I'll talk about that in a second. But I understand if you can't, because you just drained the swamp, right? It was December, and December was great for you. Q4 was great for you. There wasn't a moving deal on your list that you didn't close. You closed everybody that was there. You drained the swamp. It is perfectly dry. There is no deal to close this week of this first week in January because you closed it in December. Congratulations. I'm sorry. Q1 started. You have a quota right now, and you have revenue of 0. You are 0% of quota. So I don't care if you drain the swamp. I really don't. You did great. You'll have that commission check sometime soon, hopefully, and it's time for you to get going. And getting going is important. And just like Kevin said, according to Ben Franklin, one of the founders of the United States, take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves. So we need to take care that we are doing the right things this week, the first week in January, next week, the second, third week of January. We also need to take care that January closes well, just like Kevin said, and Q1 is strong. Without a good Q1, you struggle making your number for the year. You're behind the 8 ball all year long and require that fantastic Q4 like you just had. So it's time to get going and get some deals closed. Make them small if they have to be small. Get them on the books. Get them done. Number one thing. So Kevin, let's talk to both groups. You didn't get all your deals closed and you drained the swamp. Those two groups that are out there. So let's talk to, I don't care. You decide. Which one you want to talk about first, Kevin?
So Sean, I love the tee up here. So let's say you closed most everything, but not everything. You've got a great way to get people thinking about refilling the swamp, right? So if they've drained it and refilled it, I want to talk to the folks out there who may have some deals that are pushing, some deals who maybe thought were going to close and didn't, or maybe have some leads out there that need to be maintenance because they were ignored. So if you are in the camp of, hey, I've got a lot of data in my CRM, or God forbid that you've only got a spreadsheet, but what I want to encourage you to do is today, before the sun sets, before you do another prospecting call, before you do another report or anything, before you go check ESPN, I don't care what you're doing, stop. Go to your CRM and get your data hygiene updated. Data hygiene at this point of the year will set you up for success. The if-thens. If deal is early, meaning you are in a discovery or scoping stage, and you have a long sales cycle, you're probably not going to close that in Q1. Get the right close date on it. Set yourself up as a seller for success. If you're a sales leader, get your team set up for success, because you don't want to go wade through all the details of their deals that really aren't going to close this quarter and say, hey, what's the update on this? What's the update on that? What is the status of is a death knell for your time management. If someone at the customer level is asking you as a consultant or salesperson, what's the status? Be it known, you are already late. If they're having to ask you status, they know that it should have been there already, and it's not. If you're a salesperson, if some sales managers are having to ask you what's the status of, that means your notes aren't good enough. Your data hygiene isn't good enough. I'm going to say this in an uncomfortable way. You are underperforming at your job if someone has to ask you the status of your deal. You are a low performer with data hygiene if someone has to ask you these things. Now, that should feel uncomfortable because most salespeople are coin-operated, money-motivated. They're winners by design. So as a winner, do winner stuff. Go do your data. Data is the easiest thing for you to manage because you control it. You can't force somebody to sign, but you can force yourself to go put an accurate date. You can force yourself to go put an accurate note with an accurate next step. If you've got 50 deals in your pipeline right now, because remember, I'm talking to the folks who didn't drain the swamp. If you've got 50 deals in your pipeline, unless you have a short sales cycle, you don't actually work 50 deals at one time. Go prioritize them, get the probability right, the stage, the clear next step, figure out what you have skipped in your discovery or qualification process, and do the work. If you want to get your mindset right and get ready to win, perfect practice prevents piss poor production or execution, right? If you want to get to the point of excellence, it doesn't come with a Hail Mary. Excellence is not born out of pure luck. A lot of people like to say, I got lucky. But what they really did is they worked really hard and they were ready for success when the success opportunity came to them. So be ready. So that's my mindset, shaking the tree for you. Be ready for your own success by doing the simple things well. Sean, what about the people who are coming off of a great Q4? Any different advice there?
I do the data hygiene thing. So I think that's a universal presence that everybody should have, that the stuff in your CRM, and you're right, God forbid you're still on a spreadsheet, but the stuff that's in your CRM, make it right. Just your name is on it. It's your deal. It's your opportunity. It's your customer. You're the person who needs to make that. So make that right. Just get all that stuff correct. Don't try to shortcut it. Don't listen with happy ears. Just put down the right number and everything's going to be much better, because you need to prioritize as well. So for those people who drain the swamp, the first thing I want you to do is, if you haven't done this already, and today is January 6th, that was as this episode hits. And so you may not be listening to us on the 6th, but hopefully, it's the 7th or 8th. I want you to go and say thank you to everybody who bought, because you just drained the swamp. You were busy as can be. You were writing orders every night. You were staying up till midnight trying to get the deals all consolidated and entered into the system, all that stuff. Take a breath, what you did over the holidays, and go back and say thank you to every single one of your customers. And here's what's going to happen. One of them is going to say, oh, we need a little bit more. One of them is going to say, now that we did this, now we're thinking about the marketing department, not just the sales department, not just the manufacturing department, whatever. You get a departmental deal, it's time to start talking about the other departments. You did an enterprise deal, you're talking about the other acquisition that they just announced. You need to go say hello to your customers right now and just say thank you. And one of them is going to give you another order. You don't know which one yet. So you got to go say, oh, thank you to all of them. But that'll be one of the orders you're going to try to get in Q1. And how great would that be? You did a deal with a customer in Q4. You paid attention to them. You made them happy. And they bought again in Q1. Man, that's awesome. So go do that. First thing, got to get that done. Second thing, I want you to pull your list of leads, because remember, you don't have anything in your pipeline. I want you to go to your list of leads. I want you to choose 5 companies that you're going to get a hold of this week. And you're going to have a conversation with them this week about how your product, your service, your company will help them solve their problems. And then next week, you're going to do 10. And then next week after that, you're going to do another 10. But you got to start. You got to start prospecting right now, because you drained the swamp, and congratulations, but it's time to get going. Now, I'm going to give you another kind of a thought process of what you also need to do. And this goes for the people who made their number and people who didn't make their number. Don't forget about networking. Make sure you are spending enough time with other people who have a relationship with your best types of customers. You have your ideal client profile. You've listened to Kevin and I talk about that for the last 160 plus episodes of Two Tall Guys Talking Sales. And if you didn't hear that, go back and listen to all of them again, because they're there. Here's the reality. People are calling on your customer. They're calling on your best prospect right now. You need to go befriend them. Not all of those people that are calling on your best customer are your competitor. Most of them are not. Most of them sell something else. You sell metal, and somebody else sells paper towels. Go find the paper towel guy, because he's not going to affect you selling metal to the manufacturing plant. You sell IT services, and somebody else is selling office furniture. Go talk to the office furniture guy. You need to go out there and find people who are already calling on your customer and figure out, how can we do a deal together? How can you help me and I help you? So I want you to put that as part of your goal of how to be successful, because the more you do that, the more the year will start out strong. And if you start that out in January, in fact, if you start that out before January 10th, you are more likely to close a deal than not this year because of those relationships. Kevin, what do you think about all that?
I think that's good advice, number one, because you and I both practice it, and our businesses are successful because we practice it. So note that this is not theoretical. So anybody out there listening who's never met Sean and I, thanks for tuning in, but also know that this is what makes our businesses work. And for those who are out there going, well, I'm not in a consulting business, that's okay. Where do you think enterprise software comes from? Do you just get walked into any Fortune 500 brand? No. You have to know how to get in, and people will help you. And so as you find those networking opportunities, just know that it's a longer burn. You have to invest in yourself and in others. Sean and I will talk specifically about having an abundance mindset. If someone is relational, which is the opposite of transactional, if someone is relational, they're going to want to help you and see you win, which means they're going to want to help you do the work and see you win and cheerlead alongside you. Those are the kind of people you're looking for in your life. So if you are one of those people that likes to help other people win, know that you've already got a leg up on people. So back to mindset. Are you doing all of the things that are going to set yourself up for success? Now, we're approaching the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to try and blaze through these pretty quick as a list. So if you don't get this list and you're driving, don't worry, it'll be in the notes. There are things you can do systematically and programmatically to ensure success. Activities like prospecting, call the leads, right? Call the leads. If you didn't hear me say that before, call the leads. Network with people who can influence the deal. Like Sean said, call your customers from this past year. Stay in touch. Sell through. If you're not selling through, you are being transactional. And that's a death knell for anybody who wants to sell a repeat sale. Data hygiene. So be organized. Be organized with yourself, your practice, your sales territory. If you're a salesperson, treat it like it's your own business, like you are the CEO of your own business and your business is selling into your territory. So those mindsets and behaviors will help you be successful.
I think that's great advice. And we are getting very close to the 15-minute mark here, and we do want to let you go. I just want you to think of one thing. How can I help one customer or prospect this week. How can I give to them something valuable that they will appreciate? If you have lots of customers, you're going to do it for your customer. If you have more prospects than you have customers, then do it for a prospect. But do one thing this week that they think will be valuable to them. And if you do that, if you make that a mindset, you're going to have a good year. And I'm confident of that. But we're going to give you more tips along the way. So please come back, listen to Two Tall Guys Talking Sales. We come out every Tuesday at 4:30. You can also join our B2B Sales Lab. And the B2B Sales Lab is a great way to get feedback, get help, get access to Kevin and I, because we're posting on there all the time. But you also get access to the whole community of salespeople, sales professionals, sales leaders that are more than willing to give you advice, give you suggestions. We have some marketing people on there. They'll say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. So reach out, drop some notes on the B2B Sales Lab. It's free. Join it. If you like it, that'd be great. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
What a strong episode. Practical, focused, and exactly what you want at the point in the year when every leaderboard is basically reset. One thing that really landed for me was the technique of post-Q4 momentum. Go back to every customer you just closed, thank them directly, and open the door to the next conversation. The move is simple, but it's powerful because gratitude creates access, and access uncovers the next use case, the next department, or the next expansion order that turns a closed deal into a relationship with runway. When you do it across your whole customer base, you're creating a pipeline multiplier without inventing anything new, just by being intentional with the accounts you already earned. And don't skip the significant actionable item from this episode. Do a 30-minute pipeline reset today. Update your CRM stages, close dates, and next steps. Then pick 5 target accounts to contact this week with messaging tied to a real business problem you solve. It matters because the week moves fast, and if you don't do it now, you'll default back to noise, meetings, and reactive work that feels productive but doesn't drive revenue generation. Do it today before the day gets away from you, because tomorrow turns into next week, and next week becomes the month. If you ever need help with sales, sales management, or simply growing your company, reach out to Sean or Kevin. Their contact information is in the show notes. And don't forget the B2B Sales Lab, a community of salespeople and sales leaders helping each other succeed with answers, resources, and real-world guidance to hit quota, with the URL waiting for you in the show notes. Subscribe to Two Tall Guys Talking Sales on your favorite podcast player so you never miss an episode that sharpens your process and your results. We'll be back with you next Tuesday afternoon, ready to help you keep the momentum moving. Happy selling!